Well, hello and welcome again to ancient Chicago, and I'm very excited about today. All the action has already happened, so it's kind of explaining to you what I was able to do. I discovered the new archaeological site, prehistoric, in the city limits of Chicago. So I'm not telling you where it is. That's very important. In fact, I was careful to wait until I was in an area where there aren't any real identifiable features here, because I don't want anyone finding out. I contacted the archaeologists, they confirmed it, and now I'm taking you to it just to be able to show you that it can still happen. You can still find these things in the middle of Chicago. Can you believe it? In the city limits. We are in the city limits. Around this forest preserve, there's a concrete jungle. I hear planes from the airport, you know, and all kinds of stuff around here. Got a river. That's about all I'll show you, so you don't know where. So, about, I don't know, a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago, I found a prehistoric artifact here. A scraper. A scraper is a tool made out of chert, in this case, that is used for scraping, like the meat off of the inside of hides, in preparation for making leather, things like that. And from before that, though, I suspected that this was a site for a long time, because I kept finding, every time I come here, I find dozens of flakes. Now, flakes are chips of rock, and you know, there's chips of rock all over the place, right? You know, so what makes these chips different? Here's one now. Isn't that crazy? They're everywhere here. Okay, so check this out. This is a flake that I literally just picked up. This is not, you know, can I focus on that here? Come on. Now, I'm having trouble focusing it. I'll try to take some photos of close-ups to put it in there so you can see it better. So this is a flake. This is a flake of chert, and you can tell because of a couple of features. Number one, on the surface on top, there's the platform. Platform is the area you strike in order to release it. God, can I focus this? In order to release it from the larger rock that it is on. And I am having trouble focusing it, but there it is. I guarantee you, today, when I'm in here with you, I will find dozens more of these. Who knows, maybe a tool. But we don't keep them. We don't keep what we find, ever. You know, if anyone's watching this, I'm teaching you how to find them only for preservation. So, this is a flake. See how it's curved too? That's a little better, not much. See how it's curved there? It kind of peels off the rock when you strike it in the right way. So this is going right back where I found it. And what's this? Holy moly, this is a full-on tool. Jesus Christ. There's another scraper. Literally just right at my feet. I just walked in here. I swear to God, I did not even... This place is amazing. I really do wish I could tell you more to explain about it. So I called the archaeologists, got them the scraper that I found before. Now I have another. Look at that. Oh, that's better. That's better focus. The other one was actually much bigger. It was almost the size of the palm of my hand. It was almost like almost a small axe-sized scraper. So we got this scraper here too. Isn't that amazing? Golly. You can see if I can, on the surface of it, the long fluted points, or the long fluted flakes that were taken off. It's incredible. I'm just going to move it off the path. That's all I'm going to do with it. It's just that way it doesn't wash down into the river, because the reason I really wanted to get the archaeologists involved was to protect the site, because it's, you know, there's this path here. People are just kicking this stuff around, and without even knowing, you know, what it is or what you know, it's just rock to them. But I'm finding all these things. So there was a chipping station at the very least here, and when the archaeologists came up here, they confirmed it. They confirmed all the stone flakes that we're finding are genuine. They confirmed that the scraper is genuine. You know, there's another one for them. It's out in the woods now. And of course, I asked them, like, well, what? Tell me about the site. Tell me about it. You know, and they said that they did know that there was a prehistoric site in this particular area, but my discovery actually expanded the borders of that. So now they know that it's actually a larger site than they originally thought. So I'm like, whoa, I made an actual contribution. That is awesome. I love that. That's what I live for. You know, I'm not trying to take this stuff home and put it in a collection, because what's the sense in that? What's the sense in that when you can actually contribute to the knowledge? And when you contribute to the knowledge of the area, you can contribute to the culture of the area and make these places just, if enough people protect this site, people can appreciate the history. So we're just going to scan the ground here. We've got good sandy ground, which means we're near the end of the moraine. Let's see, what's this? Not a flake. Not a flake, because it's too thick. You see that? Way too thick. Not a flake. Here we go. Small one. This is a genuine flake. Okay. There's the platform. That's where they struck it. It came off in a conchoidal fracture because they used chert, they used flint, jasper. These are rocks with high amounts of silica, and the silica breaks when it has a high content in a conchoidal, very predictable pattern, almost the way that glass breaks. Is this one? Yep, there's another one. See what I mean? I can't walk anywhere without finding these flakes, and we found that scraper earlier. It's amazing. Not it. Not it. Yeah. This could be a piece of one, but that's not close enough to know for sure. That could be, because that's perfect material for it. Okay, and we remember finding them all over the place around here. Having trouble focusing. Almost. There we go. It's just about transmoly. This is a find. This is a great find. Can you spot it? That is a Chicago arrowhead. That is great. Oh, look at that. It's ugly on the back. And unfinished. So it looks like... Oh, there's other stuff here too. Look at this. There's another flake. Another flake right there. Amazing. Okay. Now, okay, here's my own pet theory here. This is kind of unfinished. Partially worked. It looks to me... Wow, look at that. It looks to me like they were making this here, because again, this is a workstation. This is where they came to, you could call it a quarry. gathered materials, made materials, and then brought them back to their living quarters elsewhere. So tools that they left behind here are often likely to be unfinished or broken, ones that were broken during production. Now this one, see that big ugly knob on the end, on the back end of it? It means they couldn't quite get it off with their tools, and they probably abandoned it because they couldn't quite get it the right shape. And so they didn't, once they realized that they couldn't quite get that knob off without breaking the whole thing, it looks like they discarded it without finishing the back end. This is important though. This is small. This is an arrowhead. Arrowheads were not made in the truly ancient times. They are much more recent, which means I'm going to be taking photographs of this, marking this on a map, and sending it to the same archaeologists that I was in communication with earlier, because this could be what they would describe as something a little bit more temporally diagnostic. This could be actually important. See that? There's more flakes. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. It's crazy. Alright. I'm going to take some photographs of this, and I'm just going to put it exactly where I found it. And hope that it's still here. That always makes me nervous because we're literally along a path. So anyone coming by could kick it down a path, rain could wash it away, or someone could recognize what it is and take it. I don't like any of those things. It makes me very nervous. But you're never, for one thing, allowed, unless it's like private land with permission of the private landowner, you're not allowed to take these things. It is against the law and you will go to jail. So, we are not going to do that. But that is, I'm very happy about that. That is a great find. Well, there you have it. I had to say, I did not expect to find 2 freaking tools. Like, just barely walking in. I've literally been filming for 20 minutes. That's it. I haven't retaken any shots or anything. I just walked in, picked them off the ground, and showed them to you. Can you believe that? So, there is history still locked away in the ground. It's amazing. We are in Chicago. I mean, I see freaking graffiti on trees and such around here, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, a place where you would never expect to find. I mean, a lot of the ground around here is disturbed, in this tiny little area surrounded by concrete is a site that could be thousands of years old. Who knows? Hey, maybe our discovery today, that arrowhead, hey, maybe that's the key to unlocking what time period this place is from. Who knows? I'll let the archaeologists make that decision and maybe give you an update. But keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes on the ground. Don't take what you find. Mark it carefully on a map. You know, like on Google Earth. Drop a pin. Maybe, you know, circle it with those lines on there. And turn that into the archaeologists. Because they came over here quick when they found out about it. Within like a couple of weeks, they sent out an expedition out here, confirmed it, and expanded the border of that site that they thought it was much smaller. So, I'm going to be visiting this site much more frequently, since we are getting a lot of tools coming out of there now. That's my 3rd tool to come out of this location. Whew. I'm just really jazzed. Found a freaking arrowhead right there. That's awesome. All right, until next time.